down there in Florida.
Nobody.
I was trying to
Having a great time.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Real Story with Nathaniel. Our guest tonight is
Chris Carbone is Hemwick.
That was fun.
How about that intro?
That was
Was
fun.
that a good intro?
Love that.
All right.
From
That's
our
awesome.
normal.
DJ's
Welcome to the
crashing
show,
here, and I
everybody.
was like, all right, here we go.
That was all
right into
AI.
it.
We have to mention that because if you're using AI, you should tell people. Welcome to the show, everybody. Tonight's guest is Chris Carbone. Chris is
Whoa.
a musician, an artist, a writer. What else do you do, Chris? I mean, you're in the creative space doing whatever is out there. I mean, we've talked a bit.
Yeah, I will normally just say I'm an artist just to cover the full spectrum of it. Instead
Right
of just
on.
narrowing it down to I just make music and I do, because it's everything. I try to
Yeah,
do a
and
little bit of everything.
Yeah, I didn't want to pigeonhole you, but I wanted to let people just at least know, like, hey, these are the big ones. We're going to cover a lot of projects. If you're here to see Chris specifically, I have it all written down. Chris has given me a lot of pre-interview stuff to dig in on. So hopefully I get some questions you've never been asked before. We also have a chat. If you have questions in chat, please throw them in. Please, any comments you have. We love hearing them. I'm sure Chris would like to see your support out there. Anything you have going on, let us know. As people filter in, we're just going to start at the beginning. I would like to know, Chris, if I asked your classmates in high school about who you were then, what would they tell me?
Quiet. I was kind of just that quiet metalhead kid in the corner and just wanted to be left alone. And I had a small circle of friends, but they were mostly outside of my school. And we bonded.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I was. Like, I didn't really get along with a lot of my classmates and all that. It was kind of weird. But it was like the few here and there. We had good times. We bonded over our shared love of music, comics, movies, and stuff like that. But like meeting kids going to like the local punk shows. We had a big music scene in Beaver County. And that was a big thing. Like pay $5, you see like 10, 15 bands on a weekend. So that's where I made a lot more of my friends is going to these local punk shows. And the fun thing to me was how all these bands were just other kids from high schools from all around. And they were starting these incredible bands.
Hey, I mean, I was in that scene in the late 80s, south of Pittsburgh. So let's say an hour south. If I mention any of the towns there, nobody will know any of them, including people who grew up there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the local bands were like all the kids, and that's how like we got together. That's how we made friends in other school districts. It was community building. It wasn't just going to see a show. You were hoping to meet some people that had other cool stuff or had a great tape you could copy. I remember the whole tape trade scene. Like, if you heard this one, I'll get it for you. I'll have it next week. So then you had to go to the next show at the same place. It was a thing. Like before the internet, that's how we met people.
And that's what was, and you were saying that's what was great. Like we did have the internet, but I wasn't using it at that time. So it was just word of mouth. And people who were coming to these shows were from Pittsburgh and other areas coming in to see these bands. And they're like, this is awesome. But nobody had CDs or tapes. It was just, here we are. We're playing a show. That's how you hear these bands. Go to the show. See them live. I think
you have to go.
I think, right? And I think there was, I know one for sure was Against All Odds. They had a CD out, like a 4 or 5 song demo. And Better Off Dead, they did, because they
sound familiar, yeah.
They played a lot. They were based in Pittsburgh, but most of the band was from Beaver County, like Monaca, Center Township. I'm trying to think who was Jordan Villela. That ring a bell?
No.
He was their drummer. He went on and did a bunch of bands. He owns a bike shop now in town. I'm trying to think the other guys. A couple of the guys were tied to Anti-Flag back in the day, like an Os Rodden, who were in Better Off Dead. I'm trying to think who else. But those were like the big bands to see back in the day.
So when did you pick up an instrument and what was it?
This is a funny story for you. I was 12 years old and I got a bass. I was hanging out with my buddy and it was in the corner. I said, hey, can I play around with that? And I was playing around. I was like, I'll buy this off you. He goes, I don't want any money. I was like, I kind of felt weird. So I traded him a couple CDs for it.
There you go.
I get home and my parents are like, no. We're giving this back. You can't do that. But it was bass.
Is it because you got those CDs from like that 1 penny for 10 CD plays?
No, they were ones I bought with my like car wash. They were just mad because like you didn't pay him for the bass.
Hey, real quick question. As a fellow bassist,
Yeah.
how long until after you got bass did it take you to get the amp? Because I just noticed every new bassist has a thing where they get the bass and then they're just dry playing for like 17 years before they scrape together some money for an amp.
I never had a bass amp. I just always ran them through a guitar amp.
And the theory holds.
Hey,
I think they sound better through a guitar amp. I mean, Cronus from Venom's on that. That's why I was like, it rocks.
oh, Cronus.
That's awesome.
Venom was one of my first love metal bands. I fell in love with them like as soon as I can't remember. It was Black Funeral. I can't remember. But I have a bass story. I too had a bass. It was an instrument that my brother gave me on the condition I learned how to play it. So I started taking bass lessons from this brilliant musician in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, Mr. Weaver. He was a jazz musician through the Pittsburgh jazz era. He knew his stuff. I took 2 lessons, came home after hanging out with my friends one evening. My brother traded my bass that he gave me. It was a beautiful hollow body Baldwin bass. Baldwin made basses for like 2 years. The piano company. He traded it for a case of beer. So I never learned how to play bass, but I never got an amp either.
Man, was he your older brother?
Yeah.
See, that's an older brother thing, man.
Yeah.
They always would re-gift what they gave you and then get rid of it.
He's like, I shouldn't have given that away. I could get beer for that. I got screwed. I lugged that thing for 2 miles up the highest hill in Allegheny County to take it to get lessons. I mean, it's a heavy instrument. So did you are you still primarily a bass player or are you multi-instrumentalist?
Yeah, it's definitely multi-instrument. Yeah, definitely multi, but the way I play guitar is almost like a bass, very rhythmic, almost single strings a lot of the time. Because in my hand, these bones in here and my fingers are like fused down here. So when I move them, they move together. Okay. So I can never do the stretches to form riffs and chords properly on guitar. So when I was learning instruments, it was very hard for me because then I got a guitar maybe a year later after the bass, and I couldn't form chords at all. Even during guitar lessons, it was like frustrating for me. Like, I can't do this. I physically can't do this. So I had to learn my own ways, make my own ways of playing. So that's where my sound came from.
That worked for Tony Iommi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like, hey, I have to play it my way. Sorry. Not sorry. It's one of those stories. I remember hearing that as a kid, and like then as an adult, I had to check up. Is that really true? And how did it really happen? Like that, what I heard as a kid was real. It's amazing. Like the detail that you were told when you were 8 was real. Nowadays, like you, I question with your fingers, can you play piano or keys at all? Does it stop you from that or?
With synthesizer, I can. Like a piano, I can't because you have to get the stretch. Well, like my synthesizers, yeah. But it really takes a lot of concentration. I really got to sit there and think, okay, this is what this needs to do. So
this is how I can do it.
Yeah. And when I am playing, I try not to think. I just try to let the music take me and flow with the music. So I try not to get too technical. But when I was learning, before I started making music under Hemwick, I was playing more synth-wavy type music that was more involved, more fast-paced, and it was like painful. Like my hands would be just sore at the end. Like, oh man, that really hurt to like stretch and play. But it was fun.
Hey, it's amazing what we do to ourselves for fun and for creativity. Which I'm sure we're going to touch on a little bit here further in the discussion, as well as some of your equipment. But I wanted to talk to you And again, if you're in chat right now, feel free to throw in comments, questions. We'll get them on the screen. We will ask Chris as long as they're appropriate. Oh, there we go. Thank you, existent, non-existent. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think it's a powerful thing. Like you may have limitations, but you can still find a way to express yourself.
And that's the thing is don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anybody hold you back, because having teachers tell me like, oh, you're not going to be able to play guitar, you're not going to be able to do this. Well, you shouldn't be telling people that. But it was also pushed me further to want to play and want to be more creative and break away from the normal sounds and this and that. But yeah, I did put it off for a long time though. I don't think I picked up, it might have been at least in my 30s I picked up guitar again.
I get that. Yeah. I think it's like when your life settles down enough that you can seriously consider something that you know is going to take time.
Yeah. And it was just, and I remembered a lot of stuff. I was like, oh wow, I actually remember how to try to play these chords and that. It was like riding a bike.
Muscle memory's a real thing. Yeah.
It really is.
Muscles will know. You might be, what's a C chord? And your fingers just do it.
Yeah.
Like you're on it. It's a great, I'm like that with keyboards. Like I have an old keyboard, and every time I sit down with that keyboard, it's different, but my fingers can figure it out like real quick. And I'm like, huh,
oh, that's awesome.
Can
you read music?
I can do bass reading. Like if I won't know that that's the note, but if you tell me that note, I could follow the rest and I can interpret. I don't know if that's called reading or not, but I know what it's meant. That's awesome. I'm trying to find a way to liken it. It's just for my vocal lessons. I did a lot of. Yeah. In high school, I was in choir with an amazing teacher, Harriet Colbank, and she cared to teach us about music, about why we do it this way, about why you form words this way, about the diaphragm, all these things. She was the most amazing teacher in my high school, and to this day, students reach out to her kids and tell them to tell her thank you. It's just one of those things. Like, fortunate to have that level of talent and compassion in my childhood. So.
Nice.
People who have that, it's amazing. I had a question to you about your well, we're going to get into your setup in a little bit, but one thing I found really fascinating about is you record on cassette.
Yeah, I did. Oh no, it all died. That small one I sent you in the picture, I use that to run samples off of now that we'll put on the cassettes. But I was recording on cassette for the longest time. Yeah, and then my X died.
So how do you mix your music now? You say you get your samples on cassette and you put them like, what's this process?
Okay, we'll jump into that right now. That's good. Good.
Do you want us to show the photos now? Do we just skip to that? You want to do that?
Yeah, just show them now.
Let's do that. Let's throw the photos. So this is your guitar collection, obviously, and a bass.
Yeah, the one with the Neurosis sticker. That was the guitar I bought that got me back into writing music. That was I bought that for like $70 or $75 at the exchange. They had it there. I was like, I'm buying that. Guy goes, okay. And he didn't have a price on it. He's like, $75. I'm taking it. Well, yeah. And
that guitar will be with you for the rest of your life. I know that. I know that purchase. I know that purchase. It changed so much.
Right? Damn straight Neurosis is the shit.
It's a lipstick pickup too.
It is, and it has the ashtray on the bottom where the bridge and everything is. It comes up on the sides, so you get this really weird resonance when you pluck down there.
Love it.
Is that the intention of that design? I don't know much about guitar builds.
It gives you more of a twang, so it's very country sounding.
Okay, like a steel guitar sort of.
And the way the pickups are shit, the wiring is shit, so it has this very weird, buzzy, reverby sound naturally.
Those are dead electro. Those are classic.
The pink guitar and the black guitar, those were found in a dumpster.
No shit.
Yeah.
Those are the best kinds, though.
Yeah, and the pink one's is a Washburn.
Yeah.
Why would that be in a dumpster?
I don't know. It's sparkly too. That thing is awesome. I love that guitar.
I'm glad you gave it a good home. It's like a stray cat. It shouldn't have been let go. What do we have here?
We got the 7-string Ibanez. The one next to it is a Jagmaster. It's Squire and Fender did like they called them the Pawn Shop series. So they were these weird Frankenstein guitars. So it's a Jazzmaster body, Jaguar neck. So it's a short scale neck with a Stratocaster bridge and then a couple humbuckers in there. I bought this guitar at a pawn shop. I forget where. I think Ohio or West Virginia. And it has one of the weirdest sounds I've ever heard in my life. Almost hollow, but very mid-range. It's a strange guitar. Yeah, I was trying to restring it and it fell apart and I haven't fixed it for a while. And then in the other pictures, Squire Bass 6, which Robert Smith from The Cure uses those on Disintegration. Trying to think the other albums. Faith. And then
Agreed. Sakari.
We got Sakari in chat.
Sakari's in Gloomful with me.
Oh, cool. We are going to talk about that. Absolutely. So, Sakari, stick around. Stick around.
Please do. Thanks for showing up. Got my Les Paul, my Epiphone Les Paul. That was like my pride. That's a heavy son bitch. It was about 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I love it.
Beautiful collection.
My Jazzmaster and my 8-string.
I was gonna say, man, just an 8-string banging after a 7-string. You're just like, can you put more string on there?
I want more.
I know a lot of people talk shit about 8-strings, but it's like I'm not using it to play like the Meshuggah chugs. I'm using it to You can get so much more range and tone out of an 8-string guitar than you can imagine. And I have all my guitars are tuned to like some weird open tunings, like Jimmy Page uses them.
Yeah,
and the 8-string has an open tuning, so it just almost sounds like bells and chimes when you hit the higher note strings, and then you can just work your way up to the lows.
Yeah.
So
not everything has to be in drop C.
Oh God, I'm not gonna lie, I did play around in that just to see what it was.
Of course,
like
yeah.
It sounds like mud. I'm out of here. So now we're getting to this is the interesting meat of everything. I always call like my guitars and my synths and everything like the paints, and then here my mixing and
I love that.
So I was using a PA for the longest time as well to record, but I'm using 2 small amps, running everything into my 8-track Porta Studio from the mixer. So I've been using 2 amps. So the 1 amp I'm using like that massive pedals that we'll see on a table. That all runs into 1 amp. The other amp's a clean channel. So you're getting in one ear, like I'll pan one in left and one right. So one's a clean channel and one's all distorted and messed up in my music.
Zaz, I'm going to let you go right here. You're off the leash. Say whatever you want to say.
No, it's organized chaos, and I absolutely love it. I mean,
it really is.
And he knows his system like nobody else.
The best kind.
Yes, exactly.
And that's how I started recording my synthesizer had 2 line outs and a headphone jack. So I would run 2 and 2 amps and then another one into like a sampler so I could layer my sound and dense it up more.
Yep.
So I would run different effects through these different amps. I was like, oh, I like this setup. And I ran that for the longest time. And then when I started recording the cassettes, I backed off from using amps and just went directly into the cassette deck.
Oh.
and whatever effects were coming out. Yeah, here's my radios. I got obsessed with radios. I've been obsessed with radios for the longest time.
Right.
And
all right,
man,
quick interruption.
Oh,
Did you ever watch Techmoan?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, just 1 minute. We'll go ahead. Sorry.
So with radios, I did an album, You'll Stay in Hell as Long as You Keep Pretending You Have a Human Body. That's all radios. And I think 1 or 2 songs have synthesizer, but it's all radio frequencies pushing and pulling together multiple channels of that. And it's just, you can pull so much out of a radio. You get one with a talk show, you get one with a televangelist, you get one that's just static, you get one of just music, and you just run all that through this, like my pedal chain. It just
Can I pause? Oh, sorry, Chris. Can I pause? Can I call you Chris? Can I pause an idea? We have a real good friend who's a ghost hunter, and sometimes he gets radios to talk to ghosts. And I'm just throwing it out there. That sounds like a good idea. Josh, don't you make that face. Don't you dare make that face.
No, I'm pretty sure that Bill has said that doesn't work. Like he's that guy, right?
First off,
he's that guy.
We don't need
I watched the
naysayers.
interview with him, and I was wondering if he was that kind of guy.
He 100% believes what he believes, but if you have dust if you have like orbs in a photograph, he's telling you it's dust. If you get someone on the radio, it's like, of course your radio picked up a signal. That's its job. He's like that guy. Like you should know your equipment before, like if it's gonna bleed, if a fluorescent light's gonna do something to it.
I agree.
You should know that. Yeah. But he believes what he believes. He's not a salesman making up stuff. No. He's played stuff for us off the show that like I'm very much a skeptic. That made me go, what was that? Because
I didn't mean to derail. My apologies.
No,
you didn't.
Because you're leading into something there. Because like when I'm doing this, we'll get back to the gear. You'll feel presences and weird shit because you're going to these dark places. This music's dark. It's these frequencies are messing with you, and I always call whatever's there my muse. But one cool thing is that one radio on the end has a television in it, so I'll go into like the television static, and then I can see the type of frequencies it's making and control that to make more music out of it.
I love it. And I'll tell you why I love it. And on a personal note, when I was a kid, I did this, but when we had the power go out I'm in Pittsburgh, the power went out for 3 days. And on the first night the power was out, I got I have a shortwave radio. It's a newer digital one, so it's not as good as it should be. And I just tuned channels and listened like I used to do as a kid with my dad's shortwave and just find weird stuff. And you would not believe what's out there. You would absolutely believe it. Most people won't. There are still rebroadcasts of 2001 religious conspiracy talk shows being broadcast on shortwave right now. Like somebody has it on a loop, and they're everything weird is out there. I highly recommend get some shortwave access and listen to what people are doing. It's I record with those a lot. One of my newer songs, "You Must Be Blessed in the Blood of the Lamb," has one of those in there, and then a loop at the end I took is and Jesus Christ had shown himself. I have that, and I'm like, found that on a radio station. There's wild stuff happening. I love it. And here's the thing. It's literally impacting us. It's hitting us. It's in the airwaves. It's bound. It's literally here all the time, but you have to do something to hear it.
Hey, I remember when I was a kid, there was a certain amount of time, or, especially weekends, I feel like there was certain UHF TV stations that would cross over and you could hear the audio on the AM station someplace way high up. Are those still out there someplace? Because we still have, it's a different broadcast now. So I guess those wouldn't be any place, huh?
The television radio on the end of my thing is a UHF, and I pick up those frequencies here and there.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool.
It's got to be
still exists.
I got to put it by a window or on a different floor to get them, but it still works.
Sure.
It's great.
Nice.
That's what I'll record on a digital recorder, pop out on a cassette tape, and then run that through my gear.
Can I ask you this? What's the furthest signal you ever picked up? And I'll preface this by saying I was hanging out on my porch like 20 years ago. And we got bored. We said we're going to go to the bar. We go to Jack's on the south side, jump in the car. My buddy and I both had WDVE on 102.5 or one other station similar, but we both had a station in Texas. We drove to the south side from my house, both listening to a radio station in Texas on a thing. Like it had bled over because of the storm cloud or ionosphere bounced it down to us. And we listened to it for a good 20 minutes. It was the most amazing thing. But if you changed off the channel and back, it would pick up the local station. Have you picked up a faraway signal that you thought that's not right on an FM frequency to hear this?
Mostly just Youngstown because they're like not too far from me. But I never really noticed anything other than Youngstown right now.
Next time you have a big electrical storm move in, play with it.
Yeah. I mean, I am in a valley, so it's kind of weird how things happen here too.
I'm on a hill here. That also probably helps me. But we did go into next to the Monongahela River when we still had the signal. So I don't know. I get what you're saying. There is a lot of interesting stuff out there, and I really appreciate you doing this, and I appreciate the Necronomicon book that I had when I was a kid too.
Yes, they do. They do make the best sound.
It's a dance, really.
Yeah, the Necronomicon, I love having it down there. It kind of does freak some people out, and I'm like, no, it's just there. I love it, and
As it should.
It doesn't work. I know somebody who tried it. Totally
it doesn't work. The ball.
You're not going to conjure any Sumerian demons or Kandarian.
Not with that attitude. I'm just saying,
So
just
here we
try.
A little gumption and go-to effort, and next thing you know, you have trees.
So what we got here is my rhythm section. On the left is my sampler / drum machine, so you can make any type of sample into a drum pattern. That's I want to say it's Teenage Electronics. I can't remember. That was an impulse buy.
Teenage Engineering, yeah,
that's who it is. Thank you.
No,
it's
no
shaped it's shaped like a calculator.
Yeah, and they're the best solid machines. I mean, you're not gonna actually. Here's two, and all they are is a board, a chip board with some buttons on it. And this shit will outlast cockroaches, and so will your sampler.
I love them, and it runs on batteries. I absolutely love it.
That's amazing, dude.
Oh, it's great. And next to it's my Artura Mini Drum Brute Impact. Oh, that thing is. You want drum sounds? Don't go for that. You want weird industrial, tinny, just gnarly. That's the way to go, and that's why I bought it, because it's just. Oh, it's nasty sounding. Like the cymbals sound like garbage cans lids getting smashed. It's great.
Now, where'd you pick up that from?
Guitar Center.
Really? Okay. Wow. I don't know why I'm so surprised you could pick up a sampler from guitar or a drum machine from Guitar Center.
Would this happen to be what? Really? Would this happen to be what Al Jorgensen bought when he started ministry? Or halfway through ministry. I always hated his drum sound. Like
I feel like it's modeled after that era of drum sound. Because you really got to sit there and fine tune it to get it right. And
it took me forever. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, what era of ministry are we talking?
Well, that's the one thing that real ministry. I grew to love ministry when it first came out. I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't know. But yeah, there's a ministry before ministry that was more of a love song.
Yeah, that's my favorite era.
That's not mine. That's not mine. I heard it and I thought I was being lied to.
I bought it. I loved all the I love everything up to Filth Pig, and then after that, I'm like, yeah. Well, like all the other stuff, love it. Then I bought that. I was like, I like this more. Because I'm just a sucker for that shit.
That's awesome.
I love that is the worst roast I've ever heard for an album. Is I felt lied to. That is amazing. That's pretty much every album in after the 90s. I feel like it was like two good tracks and the rest was like I felt lied to.
Same here. I bought so many CDs and it's like, oh, this is awful. I'm gonna trade it in and buy something good.
Hell yeah.
There was a band, I can't remember. They had this song that it was a great song. I listened to it, and bought the album. I'm like, oh no. Like they had one good song. It was one of those albums where they were trying every genre and style, hoping one would stick. And you could tell that, they hit their one. A lot of people will argue with me on this, but Helmet did that. I never would have heard for Helmet if they hadn't hunted for a hit on that one album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get shit for it. Somebody in chat right now is gonna tell me
Helmet catching strays. You're not wrong. It's one of those things where Helmet was like 5-star. It's just, dude, I get it because the whole album, each song is like different styles of Cali metal. It's just
it is voice sucks.
His voice, I'll tell you how bad his voice is. I sang it very well when I was in a band and had to cover it. It was very easy to do.
I don't even know your voice, and I'll take it over him. It was the same thing with Godflesh.
I
couldn't get into his voice for the longest time. It took me 20 years to get into Godflesh. So I'm like, your voice sucks.
This is the one that I'm going to get hate messages right now. I can't stand Overkill because of his voice. I can't get around it. All my friends love Overkill. They're super excited to the new album. And all that. I'm like, okay, no.
I don't want a new thrash album from a band that's been around as long as them. Thrash and punk is a young man's game. I'm sorry.
I had a buddy I went to
I'm
art school with. He said he was a huge metalhead, and I'm punk, like, at the end of metal, like the late '90s.
Yeah.
And he looks at me, goes, "Yeah, you look punk." And I'm like, "What the hell does that mean?" He goes, "You got pointy elbows. Metalheads don't have pointy elbows." It was the greatest line ever, and I'll take that to my grave. It was just like, yeah, every time I went to a punk show, I would look at my left and my right, and I'm like, "Fuck, he was right, man." Like,
They do.
metalheads don't have pointy elbows. Yeah,
No, punk's got them chicken wings, man. We got the chicken.
yeah. So
Everything's sharp.
So here we got try to get back on track because we can go all day here.
This
boys.
is trash.
sorry about that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm loving it. This is fun. These are two clones of classic synthesizers. Behringer makes them.
Yep.
Top one's Model D, modeled after the classic Moog. Well, I don't know how you say his name.
I say Moog, but yeah, I won't
Moog.
correct you either way.
I'm gonna call him Moog. And then
You get to say Moo.
Moo. The
Always-
Prophet
always
one.
good.
That's a classic synth. I love it. So these two, the top one I use for a lot of low range, those rumbling sounds you hear in my music. That's coming from that top synth. The bottom one, everything in between, mids, highs, a lot of those really nasty high notes that are just underneath everything. Because if you heard what I do, with lots of layers of sounds happening, a lot of those higher notes come from that bottom one. Everything's working together. That's why all the cables are coming out, because I got obsessed with modular synthesizing.
I don't know anybody that has just one.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's a horrible, horrible, and costly addiction.
I've seen videos of people's rigs and setups. I'm like, I get it. Like, that's why I won't buy. It's like a tattoo. I didn't get a tattoo for the longest time because I would just get more. And I think the same thing would happen if I got into something like that. It would just, I could do square wave with this one, and then I could just go crazy on it.
That's what happened here. This was the second synth I bought, the Artura Mini Brute 2, because it was semi-modular. I wanted to get into that. Well, I didn't know the horrible addiction that was coming from that. Because learning how to patch and create my own sounds, I can buy that, and I can add this sound and that sound. And then it just spread from there. And I love the Mini Brute. I think it's one of the best synths, and it's very limited in its sound until you start patching it and bringing in outside sources to it. Because, like I said, very limited. It's very tinny, which was kind of a turn off at first, but it's like, okay, let me patch it. I like that. And it came with what they call a cookbook. It's like here, patch this here, and it was color coded. So I would do those, learn that. And then from there, I'll just take it all out, do my own. Okay, that's not working. Try it again. It was a fun learning curve. But
That sounds awesome, actually.
It is.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is fun.
All right.
So
your house is flooding. You can only save 2.
Ooh, that's a good one. Daniel, that's a good one.
The Attack Decay, the orange and black one.
Yep.
Okay.
And the one up by it, the Maestro. It's like it's the black with the silver triangle, says Maestro on the bottom.
Okay,
It's a
right.
blow.
Yep.
Those two, I couldn't live without. Those two I use almost all the time. I absolutely love them. The Attack Decay is actually a tape reverse from a design. Lindsey Buckingham made a tape reverse type of pedal for a song Fleetwood Mac did. I can't figure the name, but I can hear it in my head right now. And I was like, I was reading up on his pedal, and they said based on Lindsey Buckingham's design. I'm like, no shit. Had to have it because I love reverse. I love it. But that's a multi-pedal as well. It's got a compressor built in and a distortion pedal built in. Thing is ridiculous.
That's
That looks
absolutely
beautiful too.
awesome. Yeah. It looks beautiful.
No,
And again,
I like
it's one of those things that he knows like the back of his hand. But like if anything's out of step or you have to add something, the calculations have to be.
And that's the funniest thing is I'll be standing there listening and go, "Oh man, just turn that knob. Boop. Okay, we're perfect." Because you start blend it. If you can go poly or mono on it, so you can do you can get like a trail of your sound making echoes if you go poly, but mono it will just stay normal and be a full reverse.
Mm.
So once you go poly and you add too much attack and decay at the same time, you get very watery. It has a very strange, watery, wavy sound. So it's like you got to be very careful, and you got to fine tune it. It's one of them things you bump it, you're done.
Yep. Well, I mean, you play with synthesizers too, like Moogs. Yeah. I mean, you have the patience for that. I mean, it's you're a mad scientist at that point. I mean, you're just cooking, and yeah. That's awesome.
Just with the pedals too is this whole bottom row. That all goes into the front of my amp, and then from the baby blue pedal all the way over to like the lighted guy on the it goes in like a horseshoe shape almost. I run that into an effects loop, so you're bypassing the preamp, so you're not putting all your front of your pedals into that signal.
Yep.
Because I was running into a lot of issues before running everything together. It's like, oh man, things would get trapped in delays because I'm running 4 different delay pedals in there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so with the baby blue, you go into a flanger, to a digital delay, to a phaser, to an analog delay, to an analog chorus pedal, to a multi-delay pedal. Like you could pick anything from reverse to tape delay to what's the other ones? Analog delay, space reverb delay. That thing is an awesome pedal, to an analog chorus pedal, to another delay, to a compressor.
So when you have to do any traveling, do you have an absolute anxiety attack counting everything and making sure all cables are?
I don't play live, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah, right. I meant like just traveling to like a friend's house or anything like that. Anywhere else
this stays here. This stays here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that thing is static.
You imagine trying to take all that shit?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's all my kit when doing travel was like just very minimal, and I made sure that any ideas that I had was minimal.
But then again, it's one of the things. It's one cable's loose, it's all shot to hell.
And with your setup too, it's like it's one of those things where even if something if your house, the electrical isn't wired correctly, that impacts that. Old lighting impacts that. Like you are, like I said, it's the geniuses behind the design to make sure that
I gotta pick and choose what I run at times because it will affect it. I can't even bring my cell phone down half the time because if I'm running like a radio or any pedal.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The Syncussion, that's my newest one. Dad, I love that one. It's a
what does that do?
It's a drum machine basically. It's a very strange drum machine. You familiar with Skinny Puppy at all?
Yeah.
They use that. So a lot of those bites, remission, cleanse, fold, that's what you're hearing on the drum beats. Is that?
I had no idea.
I didn't.
I'm not like a mega fan, but what I had heard, no clue.
Yeah. I never knew what they used. And then when I got this, I was reading up, I was like, no way. So I was messing around with it and it's incredible. And right now I got it patched up into my Eurorack and I'm running a signal. When we get there, I'll explain where it's going. What it's doing is I have a voice type of like a different type of module that you can change the waveforms, and I have it set up to a voice. So every time it hits a drum beat, it sounds like someone's talking right now.
Oh, beautiful.
It's weird. It's like whispers. And you can split the signal, so one sounds like a whisper and the other one sounding like a yell. It's weird. I love it.
And for the type of art project, that you've sent me, that seems like an amazing tool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could do it in a quickly digitally with a computer and all that stuff, but you're like, no, this is done intentionally with a lot of forethought and a lot of work to make it do this. I love that. Like, there's a ton of work behind what you do.
Oh yeah, and it's just the fun part is like I'll be down there for hours just fine tuning. I remember one song I did was like, I think it's a minute and a half long, and it took me an hour to set up, almost 2 hours for a minute and a half long song, just fine tuning everything, getting the samples just right, this there. And then when you're recording, you're like, okay, I'm done. And I don't even.
Yeah, there's a release though. There's I did what I set out to do, right? Like,
yeah, it's a blast. I love it.
See. So when you're creating, when you're putting all this stuff together,
Yeah.
do you have rules for yourself that you follow? Like, I will never do that. That this only works this way. Like, is there a set of rules or instructions in your head for, say, like this project?
My rules are never cover anybody else. Like, never do a cover song. Never. Like, I'll do a little tribute to somebody I like in a sound. Like, some songs I'm like, oh, that beat there, that's my tribute to Skinny Puppy, or that moment there, that's my tribute to so and so. But a lot of my rules are just don't try to cover, try to be as original as possible, and have fun for the most part.
I like it.
And not get lost in trying to, when I say this, is not to get lost in trying to get approval from anybody else. Like, it's for myself. I have to be the fan first. Because there's a lot of times where I'll be writing for a compilation and I will go up in my head, oh, hopefully this is going to do it. No, don't think that way. Then I'll scrap that song and start over again, because it's like, no, you ruined it because you were trying to write for somebody else. You weren't trying to write for yourself. That's my biggest rule.
That's a hell of a rule. That is a hell of a rule. And I can tell you this, having interviewed some actors, and that sort of mindset is usually what sets the people apart. Like the people who get the bigger roles, and people is like, they stuck to who they were, and it was for their craft. It wasn't like, I'm just going to go out and do any role I could get to try to like, I'll nail this cheesy character I don't even like. Sticking to who you are, bringing yourself to work sort of thing has been a really interesting theme that I've discovered through successful artists. And not that I go out of my way to talk to unsuccessful people, but I'm an unsuccessful artist on that level too. So I was not dedicated enough to do anywhere near the level of work you do. And I'm okay with that because I found out who I was. One thing I do have is, when do you consider a piece done then? Like for you, when do you go, oh, this is complete?
Now it's different because I have more time to work on it, having the 8-track versus the cassette deck, where the cassette deck, it was one take, you're done. That's it. That's all you get. You get that one chance. That's it. You're done. With the 8-track, I'm able to add layers and more. So it can become very too much. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went too far. When I feel like it's done, it's when I don't have the inspiration to go back to it. It's funny because it's like you're not feeling that energy, you're not feeling that sound anymore. You're not in that place, you're not in that headspace. It's almost like, I hate to say it, but channeling,
that's a perfectly fine word to use. It doesn't have to be a spiritual thing. It could be like an energy thing. Like we channel water, we channel energy, we channel snow to off the sidewalk. It's a good word for it.
Yeah, that's really where it comes from. Like, that's how I feel like it's done, and especially when I feel satisfied with it. Because I'm sitting on so much stuff that's recorded. I'm never going to release it because I'm not satisfied, but I can go back and hear it and go, oh, that's where that idea came from. That is finished. It's like you're working to something, but it's really. Oh, sorry about that. No, go on.
No, I said I love it. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff. Yeah.
That was
you go ahead.
I was in the moment of thought, like, that's it. It's just when I feel that satisfaction, I don't feel like it's there anymore. Like, I don't need to keep pulling from that.
That's cool. It's like the song itself is like, all right, I have all the energy that you needed to give me, and I
Yeah.
am complete. And you walk away. I
Yeah.
know that sounds like we're giving a concept of persona, but
Yeah.
songs are. Let's be fair. Songs are a piece of
Yeah.
somebody. Every song, even if you hate it, if there was a human involved at all, there's a piece of them in it.
Wilma's Rainbow by Helmet comment.
Why do you know the name of one of their songs that isn't unsung?
Oh.
That's why. All right, now, okay, I can do it.
Let's
The
hear it.
not right now. I don't know. I haven't heard that album in 30 years. You in our emails before the show, like just getting to know each other, you mentioned being Catholic, and I was wondering if any of those feelings come up or are involved in the songwriting process in any of your art.
You know, it's funny. No, I was thinking about it because I was like, where was I playing? And I thought about it was the church organ. Being around that as a kid, seeing that, hearing that, I feel like that to me was like the early inspiration for me to start getting into music.
That's a huge and powerful instrument, by the way. Like standing next to a good church organ is awe-inspiring. Like I love that feel, just that body feel.
Yeah, it was. I would always love to sit in the balcony and look at it and be near that and hear that. No, you know,
that's I was just curious. You don't have to
touch upon it all really in my music. Like I might use a sample of like a radio preacher here and there, but it's never done as blasphemy. It was never done as like a critique of it. It was just like, yeah, that's cool. I want to use that, but
okay.
You know, it's funny because like, who I am never is really into music. Like other than my interest and things that interest me, I don't use this music as a therapy session or anything at all.
Okay.
It's just
I know you mentioned that like you take the human out of the music.
Oh yeah.
On the way, like you want the music to be music.
Yeah, I don't want the music to be
not a reflection of you.
Yeah, it's like I want people to like. I want to be able to listen to and be like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like I don't want to think, "Oh, I did a good job, buddy," or "Oh, that's a bad memory, man." Oh God, you know, it's
I always felt bad for musicians who write a song about something horrible or some horrible breakup, and then they go on tour and have to sing it every night for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, or they write it for a girl and then they get divorced, and you're like, "Oh man." Like Styx and shit like that. They wrote all the songs for women. It's like, you still with them? Nah.
Well, we can go back to Fleetwood Mac. They cheated on each other, wrote songs about it, and then made each other sing about it. That's the best kind of torture I've ever heard of. Like,
you're the most brutal band around.
You cheated on me? Well, sing this now, live every night for the next 3 years.
Every time I hear him on the radio, and it's one of them songs, like, man, that's fucked up.
And you know how much truth is behind some of those songs now. Like, oh God, yeah, I'm surprised none of them murdered one of them. Like so much dysfunction and such beautiful music out of all of it. They're one of the standout bands of that era for me.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, they laid it out. So now's the time we talk about Hemwick.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what Hemwick is to you as a project, as an art form? What is Hemwick in your words?
Hemwick for me is an exploration of horror. You know, what horror is, like the genre, and just exploring the darkness that is there and taking my inspiration from the films I watched, the books I read, the video games I've played, the comics, all that, and just taking all that inspiration and putting that to sound, creating what I felt, what I think that could be, and just exploring darkness and really getting to play in that, and just watching these bizarre movies like, you know, Antichrist from Lars von Trier. Like, that's one of my favorite films. It's people hate it, but I'm like, no, that's a beautiful film. But that to me is inspiring to see certain scenes in there and go, okay, I want to take that and I want to make music out of that. What it made me feel. So a lot of what I'm trying to do is just scare myself, make myself
Sure.
uncomfortable. It's like I love it though, and it was also just I wanted to write industrial music the way I liked it, not just dance. I shouldn't say bullshit.
Right.
It's not. It's not for me. I wanted to go back to the early era, Throbbing Gristle, SPK, Cabaret Voltaire, that era where it was minimalists, and just explore that again. And in the beginning, I took a lot of shit from people. Oh, you're too this, you're too that. Do this, do that. I took all the negativity and I doubled down on what I was doing that they hated. Oh, you use too much reverb. Oh, too much reverb. I'm going to crank it up to 10. And I'm going to keep adding more. And that's just what it was. It was coming from a punk rock background too. Like, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want.
You said no. That means yes, please.
Yep. And that's what Hemwick is. It's taking back what music was, this industrial music, this noise music, where there was no rules. I'm trying to bring that back for myself.
I love it.
Play by my own rules and explore these dark themes, this horror, this ugly world that we live in. I want to take that inspiration and funnel that into this music.
I once did an art project where I took a bunch of pictures and I mutilated blah blah blah, and I sprayed red ink on it to make it look like blood, and it was and underneath it said I put it next to a picture of a bunch of a collage of pictures that I cut out from Time and Life magazine of war-torn stuff, and I said, which world is sicker, mine or the one you live in? And my art teacher refused to put it on display. So I get what you're saying, like, you know, like, yeah, this is just there's a whole bunch of crap out there. This is nothing. This is nothing compared to what you really live in. Yeah.
That's
I missed the comment, guys. What do we have on the screen? Oh,
hell
awesome.
Yeah! Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of comments, we're going to run out of time soon, so please get any comments, questions you have in. I want to continue on your thought, but real quick, do you remember the first horror movie you rented or purchased?
Toxic Avenger.
Oh, it's up there for me. I remember getting that.
Hell yes.
I haven't watched. Is the new one out yet?
I won't watch it.
Yes, it is out. I missed it.
Torn.
It played for 3 days in the Alamo Draft House, and yeah, I missed that. But yeah,
I rented
don't
that.
know.
Think like basically we convinced our dad that it was Toxic Crusaders.
yeah. That was what a time to be alive when they had cartoons based off of horror products. Like they had Rambo and Toxic Crusader, kids' toys. RoboCop.
That was
what do you do?
I remember watching Aliens at a friend's house that lived across the street from me. The chest burster, they're coming out the ceiling, pulling people in. I remember shooting out their door and running home, like terrified. Then going back the next day and finishing it.
And that was a time when those movies would play uncensored at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday, and you just become sorry.
Yeah, I would stay up and watch them, like sneak out and watch them, and sleep on my parents' bedroom floor because I was scared shitless. But
those are the good old days.
Right? And my parents and me joke about it, like, you were terrified of all this stuff. Now your house is covered in it. You're making this weird shit. Your body's covered in it. Like, yeah.
Now you own it. Now you fucking own it. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't scare me anymore.
No, and the funny thing was, like, it scared me, but I always wanted to look. It's like, I know I was always fascinated by it. And
I don't ever remember looking away, but I remember, like, Poltergeist scared me.
It's a terrifying movie.
Absolutely scared me. But Conan with blood and demons and all this stuff, I was like, I want to live in that world. I want to see this. It's a very weird thing. But like, yeah, Conan was way more violent, but that was on TV every 3 hours on HBO. That
and Mad Max, the Road Warrior, and I remember watching that and go, man, this is awesome. I want to live in that world where everyone's running around in assless chaps and mohawks.
That's less of a scare and more of like an inconvenience. No AC. Absolutely not.
Rules.
Do you have well, I want to definitely talk about future stuff. So I have a list of projects that as we talked to you went through. Well, can you tell me about Transcendence?
Transcendence is a art house snuff film I'm making.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it's what it is. We shot a half hour of it, and it's based off this idea of two people who are into the extremes of violence and that type of shit, trying to find enlightenment through those forms of violence. So these two sickos have met up, found an abandoned building to make their ritual home, and they're exploring it and having a good time in their head, you know. So far I got a half hour shot. I need to edit a trailer together. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I'm a lazy son of a bitch when it comes to that.
Editing is no fun.
That's why I keep
when it's done, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep putting it off, but half hour of footage has been shot. I do need to shoot more. There's a lot more to shoot. It's just right now with the weather, I can't get into the building, and film in my garage is kind of like, it's really cold in there. I don't want to break that seal.
I'm not going in my garage for another week.
I don't blame you. So Transcendence is that it's gonna be wild. A lot of the pictures are up on my Instagram. Did I send you any pictures?
Of Transcendence, I don't remember seeing any of that. No.
I'll have to email you those. The building's gorgeous. It's just this rotting, decaying old office building with a machine shop attached. I mean, it's just beautiful.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with that space.
Exactly. So the idea is to showcase the building as well. Like we're trying to make, like I said, it's art house as well. So we're trying to make it look beautiful. Meanwhile, you're having this horrific violence happening in it. We're working on that with Void of Flesh, my partner in crime, who I do Wick of Flesh with.
Shout out.
Yeah, Wick of Flesh is our artistic names combined, Hemwick and Void of Flesh, you know. So we're working on that. See? And we do noise together every once in a while. There's a few tracks recorded. Just nothing put out online yet.
Just feeling it out.
Yeah, it's just kind of a slow process with us.
One of the projects you mentioned I have to ask about is Lisa Frank Enstein.
Yes.
That sounds like there's a fun story behind that.
So Lisa Frank Enstein is the brainchild of myself and my friend Sam, who I met at a festival in Baltimore that was like a weekend of industrial and black metal called Days of Darkness. We bonded over our shared love of Controlled Bleeding, the old industrial band. And Sam was very supportive of me doing Hemwick. And then right after I started Hemwick, I said, we need to collaborate together. So we started kind of talking about it and brainstorming ideas, which eventually became the creature Lisa Frankenstein, where we jammed together over the phone. We put it on speaker or whatever, or Bluetooth speaker, and try to hear. I mean, you're playing, you can't hear each other really. I'll send
we know that feeling here.
Right. And Sam will stitch together basically during the mixing process my part and their part into one song. So it's just, that's where the Frankenstein part comes from.
That's a great concept.
It's fun. I love it.
I like that.
It's fun.
Let's talk Nigeria. I told you I'd screw it up. Now,
yeah, I can't even say it.
Josh, do you want to bring up the pronunciation? Now, we literally played it 3 times over. Nigeria Fowlery.
Yeah, that's what was that? Did they say it?
I heard something.
Yeah, me too.
They're not popping in. What's the project?
Nigeria Fowleria. I can't even say it. That is going to. There we go.
Nigeria Fowlery.
There we go. That's
and we're kicked off Twitch. All right, guys. That was fun.
It wasn't that bad.
No. All of a sudden, the Necronomicon lights up like a Christmas tree and shit just starts flying everywhere.
The Necronomicon's in a glass case in the other room, too. I do got the one in there. That's going to be... It's a collaboration between myself and my friend Jordan Heston from the black metal band Harricide. We it's going to be about depravity, violence, it's gnarly, nasty.
There's a theme.
No holds barred. We're going for it. I got one song. I'm not even going to say what it's about because it will get us kicked off. I will say I will talk to you guys about it off the air.
Sure.
But it's pretty gnarly. I remember sending it to him, and he's like, "Okay, I can figure out vocal parts for here, and here, and here. I want to do some choir parts here and this." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm into that." So it's slowly working into what it is, but it's going to be all about depravity and just grime and filth, and we're not restricting ourselves to one musical genre. In the beginning, we were kind of like, let's do this or that, and it's like, let's just see where it goes.
I'm looking forward to the smooth jazz song that you do.
I definitely want to like surprise everybody with that one, and there you go, ruining it.
Oh, man.
Well, we are talking about doing some like spoken word as well. Like, are you familiar with Christian Deaf and Roz Williams?
No, I am not.
Okay. Well, Roz Williams did a spoken word album where they layered their voice as instruments and manipulated it. I was like, that would be cool to do some songs like that. So we're gonna try some stuff like that as well. And
that sounds interesting. Yeah, to check that out.
Yeah, we're gonna I'll send you some stuff for Roz Williams, but we're definitely wanting to explore different themes and styles as well.
There's a Steve Vai's first album, Flexible. He took like his kindergarten teacher reading like, and everybody's going to be happy, and you will be happy, and they will be happy, and I will be happy too because they are happy. And he turned the vocals into notes that he played with his guitar. So she's singing what is essentially spoken word. I wonder if it's anything like that, but probably more serious than he did with his.
Oh, it's definitely more serious, but it's a lot of that, and you're like, man, that's fucked up. Where you get these trills of them talking as they continue to talk. So it's like a lot of echoes and very strange where they're panning voice in this ear and right, left and right ear. And it really becomes a trippy atmosphere.
I love it. I would like you to send me a link after we're done here. That sounds interesting. Actually, like a lot of the stuff you're doing sounds like stuff I want to partake of, at least see if I'm interested in. There's a lot of stuff going here, but we have one of your bandmates from Gloomful here in chat, hopefully still stuck around. Let's talk Gloomful. How'd you like that segue? Was that great or what?
It was. Gloomful. There's a funny story how it began was Sakari does her own music, and I remember saying like, great job on Instagram. And then one day I'm like doing some housework and I get a notification like from them, but it said like I did music for him. Like, what the hell Well, he did a DJ mix type thing and used one of my songs. I was like, I don't remember giving you permission. Well, I wasn't mad. I was kind of confused. He's like, I wanted to showcase all these artists and I like what you were doing. I was like, yeah, we should collaborate sometime. Well, that day he sends me a track that he wrote for me. Hey, here I wrote a track for you. Okay. Listen to it. All right, I got an idea. So what I would do is I would take Sakari's track they sent me, run it through my gear. Then I would write my own track over top of what they did while using the manipulated part, send that back. They did their own thing again. It just became its own beautiful project. There's moments where I'm like, this sounds like old Skinny Puppy, and other parts it's like heaviness. A lot of screaming on their end. It's great.
It sounds like different.
What were you gonna say?
It sounds like different directions fighting for the true answer, sort of thing. Like I don't want to say personalities or people, but it's like there's something that belongs here, and then that takes over. But you're like, but something else is here, and it pushes that back, and then you finally get what you want.
Yeah,
in the center.
It's really it, and it's very accessible for me. It's because it was almost sounding like Witch House dancey music because I'm not familiar with what Witch House was until they sent it. I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. And then it became very much like just pure and more pure and modern industrial sounding. I was like, I like this. And you can dance to it. Meanwhile, it's like heavy, oppressive sounds coming from my end, where there's these dance beats happening. I love it.
I love when stuff goes together. That's when
Yeah.
we were talking earlier about why I love Bungle and Zappa. I love when stuff that shouldn't go together and shouldn't work goes together and works better than you can imagine. I just love that.
Oh, me too.
Hey, I want to ask you. We're winding up here, running out of time. But before we do, my last two questions here are: where do you want this career, or where do you want this art to go? Ultimately, again, you're not out there to please people. I understand that, but where would you like to see your art? You're in the old folks' home, and somebody comes in and they throw whatever the futures version of a newspaper down in front of you, and it's about your art. What would you like to see?
He did it his own way the whole time. You know, I don't ever really think of that. I'm happy with just where I'm at. Like, getting to do this is incredible. Like,
Fucking love it.
to be honest, like I still go, why does anybody give a shit? Because I don't think about it. Neurosis, Scott Kelly from Neurosis said, never pander to your fucking audience. And that's something I keep down by my gear all the time. I look at that every time I go to write. Don't pander for anybody. And another,
they're there to hear what you come up with, not what you think they want to hear.
Yeah, and another thing was, if you're gonna sing about the apocalypse, you better sound like the apocalypse. So those were two things from them that I really took to heart. Like, I'm gonna give everything I can to this and do it my way. And that's how I want people to hear it, to people to receive it. And like I said to you in an email before, was I love when I see people tapping out on songs and I go, okay, you're not
Hey, I tapped out. You saw me tapping out.
Yeah. And I'm fine.
I like it. I'm going to go back and listen to more. But I have to find my space to get there unless I was at work.
Yeah.
It's not like, but yeah. And that's what I loved about it too. That's when I knew I had a good guest, because you sent me what you love. And it was about, hey, here you go. That says the world about you.
Well, thank you. It's like when I wrote the album Vanity Through Suffering, the anti-war album I did.
Yeah.
That was just a brutal experience for me to write, like the research and everything I put into it, because it's like I have to know what I'm writing about to try to do it. And I remember giving it to a friend, Sam and Lisa, and they go, man, I was listening to it on the subway and I felt like I was in a war zone the whole time. It fucked me up. And even Sam will tell me, like, yeah, I got to tap out on some of your stuff. It's too brutal. And other friends
takes you there. That's a good thing. Like, art is supposed to generate emotion or bring emotion out of you.
Oh yeah.
And even if when you see an actor who plays somebody shitty so well that you hate him, the actor himself or herself, that's a great job. They brought out the emotion in you. Like, that's what they wanted to do, and they did. I love that stuff, and that's what you're doing. You're like, I want you to think. Yeah,
that's really what it is. I get to points where I gotta I lose myself in these roles I'm making. And I did Patrick Bateman. I did send it to you, I think, right?
Yes. Well, you mentioned it
featured in the outro today, I think.
Is it? That album fucked me up. It fucked me up, like, because I was going to the headspace of this psychopath, sociopath, like living in what they would do, and it fucked me up. I did a song recently for a compilation about Black Christmas, and I was getting to the headspace of Billy, and I remember sitting on my porch trying to decompress, and like, he's still here. I can still feel that heaviness, and I had to finish the track. And like you said, when you know a track's finished, it was like that energy, like, excuse me, I got to get this out of me. I got to get this off of me. And it's like, I much rather record when nobody's home, so I can just go to those places and then have time to come out of it.
Yeah, even doing the garbage AI music that I do, like, I could do it with these guys here, but I have to be alone in this space, because I might walk around the room, like, kind of bouncing to something or making a weird movement. It's something you don't want somebody to walk in on when you're being creative and you're yourself. It's harder. when somebody else in the room, at least for me. Other people
is
might
for
be
me,
inspired by that. I'm not telling people how to be creative, but for me,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's like your orgasm face. You're glad it's dark when you come. You know? Like,
Yep.
uh,
Oh, I agree, brother. It's
yeah.
like when I'm setting up to record, I'll just turn everything on, come upstairs, pop on a movie, let it warm up, or turn the speakers on so I can hear it, put something fucked up on the TV to get into that headspace and just like I need that. I need to go there. I need to see this. And it's times like you don't hopefully no one knocks on the door. So sometimes I'll go to the room next to my gear, turn and do that. So I can really go to these places. There's times I'll be running samples like some really strange stuff, and you're like, man, hopefully nobody showed up to knock on the door today while that was playing.
Police here, welfare check. What the fuck are you doing?
I've always questioned that if that's ever happened. Oh God.
It's someday. Hey, just make sure you have a card ready from like, yeah, I know. Here's what's going on. Before we get out of here, we're running out of time. I appreciate you, all the time you spent with me. It's been amazing meeting with you, learning about you. So much. Thank you so much for being here. But I have one big question for you.
Yeah.
Because I see you as a guy that I will be revisiting in the future. I want to know, because I like setting these marks and coming back to see what happens. Can you name 3 people that you would love to collaborate with?
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Key from Skinny Puppy.
I know Skinny Puppy was going to be in there.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Key. I would love to get to work with Kevin Key. Richard Ramirez of Black Leather Jesus, who's actually in Pittsburgh, lives in Pittsburgh now, since they were with the first noise group I've ever heard was Black Leather Jesus. And Richard, someone I just look up to for their sound of just the pure raw density and the variety and the longevity. And that leads into my third choice, Merzbow, the Japanese noise artist who's been around since 78, 79, maybe earlier. Hundreds, 500 some releases. Someone who I will even say, like, I've ripped off at times trying to emulate their sound and style.
Figure
like,
out how it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like those 3 were like.
So it's quite possibly that guy has an 8-track, right?
Yes. probably more, but it's Merzbow to me would be like the holy grail to work with, and just still pumping out music to this day that's just incredible and groundbreaking in the genre of noise where you go, nobody does it like you. I mean, we all owe it to you. We all try to do you. So because you showed me this question earlier, and I sat there and thought about it. I'm at work doing my job and shit. I'm like, okay, who else would it be? I was like, maybe Trent Reznor. No, I couldn't work with Trent. I love Trent, but I don't want to work with Trent. You know, it was one of those. And I was like,
you're coming up. You're finishing his project if you work with Trent. Is the
exactly, and that's really what it was. Where like Kevin, Richard, and Merzbow would be like, no, you're working with them. You're blending with them. And for me, it would be like I would be able to weave my sound into their sound, weave around what they're doing, and get to play in that world.
And collaborate, the actual collaboration part of it with somebody who gets what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's my favorite thing, is having multiple collaborations happening with these different people and getting to play around with them and step out of my comfort zone instead of just with him. Like even with Lisa, I'll have to send you some Lisa stuff. It's not like you can tell. It's funny because I'll listen and go, is that me or Sam? Well, that's not me. That's Sam. Or is it? Like, I don't know, because I step out of my comfort. I don't want you to hear it and go, oh, that's Chris. Oh, that's Chris there. I want it to be, oh, no shit, that's different. I like that. I don't want to be a one-trick pony. That's what
You are definitely not a one-trick pony. I just talking to you here, seeing your collection, having sampled your music, having just you are. I knew. By the way, I do want to shout out to is it David? I just met David Fairhead.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I met him in December. I should probably have. He's another blogger. Interviewed you, introduced us. Yeah. I want to shout out to him for introducing us.
Yes.
I'm
Same
glad
here.
you did. I'm glad you're the first person he recommended, and the first person I said, absolutely, that's a great match. So I'm glad you're able to do the show. It was excellent meeting you. I'm sure someday we're not too far apart. We will meet in real life.
Well, we will.
We'll see about having you back sometime as well.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
doing the show, man. Oh, wait, we got a comment real quick. I'm glad it's dark when I come. Good song title.
That is we're gonna have to use that.
Feel free. That's yours.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
David's fantastic. When I met him, it was like two peas in a pod. Just like when I met Sam, just same way. Like we're the same type. Same with Jordan. Like it's just when you meet somebody like that, it's a great connection. David's great, and his show, just like how we are, it's just having a conversation, having fun. And that's what I was talking about before with somebody else, was like, I don't want to go onto a show where it's just, yeah, okay, next question. I want to have a conversation. I want to sit down and feel relaxed and not just, you're a guest, you're on my show, here's how it goes, shut up and answer the question. I hate that.
I started off with a much tighter script. I still write down things and what I want to talk about. But the important piece for me and the thing that I love about doing this show and meeting people like you is that I get to talk. I get to actually explore lives. And I finally quickly found questions are a great guideline.
Yeah.
But they're not often where, like, there's 30 things on my sheet that I didn't ask you or touch on. I care about getting your projects out and talking about what you do. But if you were in a bar, we would talk for hours about probably not even music. So here's to next time. Chris Carbone, everybody, Hemwick, and many other projects and much more art. And just you're an amazing person. Thank you for your time.
You. Oh, thank you.
Have a great night.
Thanks, you as well.
Have a great night, everybody. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you next week. We're back with another guest who, unless Josh has the graphic up, which I didn't do yet, so he doesn't. We're rebuilding up this season. We have some incredible guests coming up. You're going to love this year. Have a great night, everybody. Be safe out there. Stay warm.